Alright folks, welcome to the Dan Bidondi Show right here on 990WBOB.com, broadcasting from my world headquarters. Today is June 19th of 2018, and we got a lot to talk about today. And I know my show is usually a national show, international show, but it's going to focus on a lot of Rhode Island today, the state of Rhode Island, because what happens here too is going to affect the entire nation eventually. So this is why we got to focus on Rhode Island. And in-house today we got a congressional candidate that's going to be joining us in a couple of seconds. Salvatore Caiozzo, Republican, running for District 2 congressional seat here in the state of Rhode Island against a gun grabber that's been there for 18 years and does nothing for the state. And but anyway, I want to talk about too. We got a huge gun rally coming up tomorrow at the Rhode Island State House. So if anybody in the area, Massachusetts, Connecticut, wherever, get down there to the Rhode Island State House at 3 p.m., 3:30, if you can make it. And even if you come at 4, that's great, because we need much people as possible, because we need to send a direct message to the governor and all the politicians that we are not going to comply with any gun control laws, and we're going to stand up and fight these people politically. And but we got a lot of news to cover too, because our gracious, great governor, the Emperor herself, Gina Raimondo, Council of Foreign Relations governor, she is just, in the month of June here, she's just emphatically destroying the state, just in this month alone. I mean, every time you turn around, she's pushing and signing some bill that's anti-constitutional, violates federal laws. I mean, it goes on. And it goes on. And we got a lot of stuff here going on, brewing, and the Pawtucket Red Sox we talked about, and everybody doesn't know what that is. Pawtucket Red Sox is the farm team of the Boston Red Sox. So you got multi-billionaires that want you, the Rhode Island taxpayers, to pay millions of dollars to put up a stadium. Again, and the House Speaker, Nicholas Mattiello, he's hell-bent on pushing this. Once again, you know what I mean, they push deals through the House here, through the State House, to take your taxpayers' money, because they don't care about you. They don't care what you say. This is why it's not a proposition question, because even most people don't want the stadium. And it's not a Republican Democratic thing. It's just people do not want this. Why do we have to pay millions of dollars out of taxpayers' funds to pay for a damn $1 million stadium from multi-billionaires? You know, it does not make no sense at all. And all the millions of dollars that Rhode Island has been putting in their pockets, they should give back. Pay for the stadium themselves. Give back to the state that's been funding you millions of dollars in your pocket. You know, it's just common sense. It really is. And we're going to talk about gun stuff too. And we might have Carlos Souza from the Rhode Island Second Amendment Coalition calling in. He's going to try. He had an obligation with his daughter today, and he might be calling in. I hope he does, just to talk about the big rally coming up tomorrow. But right here in the house, we got congressional candidate Salvatore Caiozzo. How's it going, brother?
Making myself settled. It's going good. A little tired, but going good.
Oh, great. And you just got back from Washington?
I did.
Yeah, that's great. And Salvatore Caiozzo, once again, a Republican, running for Congressional District 2 here in the state of Rhode Island against good old Jim Langevin. And so we interviewed you about a month ago, and you didn't get to talk much. And I wanted you here because I wanted you to tell the people what you've done. You're not even a politician, and you use thousands of dollars of your own money, and I've been with you on these things, and you've been taking the lead that our congressmen should be doing. And if you want to introduce yourself and all that good stuff.
I'm me. Anyway, most people out there should know. I used to be a fixture here at WBOB, if you remember back in the day, with Veterans News Radio. Anyway, yeah, I got tired of all the stuff that's going on, so here we go. Another campaign. I got to tell you guys, it's a killer. Really is.
Well, it's a grind, yeah.
Yeah, it is, especially something like this with a national office. But anyway, look, I've got a dream. I've got a lot of stuff that we've gotten done so far. And I know that we can do a lot more. For instance, I was down in Washington today for veterans issues. It seems like this administration is going to be doing much, much more. Let's at least hope they do for the veterans. And of course, here in the state, I've done a lot of other work as well, such as, and if you got to remember this, Danny, just last year, before I ended up going to Washington, back then too for other veterans issues. We did stuff for the buses, for the elderly and the handicapped, and we got them their passes back for another 2 years.
Well, recap on it real quick, because I know Providence, Go Local Providence actually credited you, which is great. So, because Landry and I know you try to slide in and take credit for this, but you actually got the credit for this, because RIPTA, last year, what they did with RIPTA is our public transportation company that provides buses and everything for the public. But anyway, the handicapped and disabled people get free passes because they're on a fixed income, and it's been like that for a while. It helps them out a lot because they can't get around without that. So RIPTA tried to say, hey, we're not going to give you free passes no more. And again, people on a fixed income can barely afford their rent, and sometimes they're going to make a choice between medication or eat. This is how horrible it is. So they wanted to go even further to take their bus passes away, and Sal here was the first one to say, hell no, I'm going to go down there and do something about it.
And we got it done. We got it done. People can go onto my page, and you got to hit further back in time, because I've done a lot of stuff in between. But if you go to Sal for Congress on Facebook, you'll see some of those videos that are up. We did a lot for these people, and you know what? I still continue. I'm not ending it there. I know that they're going to have another issue again come next year, and hopefully at the State House they'll do what they have to do to prevent that from happening again. Because I can tell you, I know a lot of people that had problems, they couldn't even make it to their doctor's office.
Yeah.
You know, it would have been a shame if people perished in something like that. So anyway, we need to take care of our own. We need to take care of our own right here in Rhode Island. Other things I've been doing too is I've been working with the commercial fishermen. Actually, you came on with me once.
Yep.
Onto a boat. It was quite an interesting time. Learned a lot, saw a lot, and
I actually filmed, I was supposed to film for InfoWars, but InfoWars never picked the damn thing up, so all that film for nothing. But I am trying to convert it to my own stuff. I'm just going to put it out anyway. I don't give a crap.
Oh, well, you should. I don't know what you're taking so long for.
But it was amazing. Not amazing, but it's disgusting. You see, like, miles and miles of dead fish because the fishermen can't keep it because government regulations say you can't. So instead of donating it to somebody, you have to throw it back. And I was with you guys, and that was some bad stuff. And you know, and like you've been leading the fight, which the union president of the fishermen, Brian Loftus, I mean, he's actually credited you too, all the fishermen too, of actually going to Washington and helping doing something about this. You know what I mean? Stop these damn EPA regulations. And stuff that's, what, 30 years old, regulation?
1986 or 96, something like that. Yeah, and it's supposed to be changed every 10 years, but they just don't do it.
No,
they don't do it. So anyway, and then that comes to the point of food safety, because, you know, most of the seafood we get is imported. And this is something that really irks me, and something that really, really I care about Americans. Rhode Islanders as well. Of course, Rhode Islanders, our staple food is right out here at sea.
Yeah.
And we can't even touch some of that at times.
Yeah, we got some of the best seafood in the country, too.
Basically, what they're doing is almost, I believe it's like 90% of the seafood that comes into this country is imported. Of that 90%, only 2% is checked. Of that 2% that's checked, 60% of that 2% is thrown away, discarded. Think about all the rest of it. Wow. I mean, come on, seriously?
Yeah, we catch some great seafood.
It really irks me. It really does. And of course, you got that wonderful, you know, frankenfish.
Yep.
What's it called?
GMOs and
what's
farm
that
raised.
Pollock.
Yep.
Not pollock. What's that fish called?
Salmon.
No. It's a frankenfish. It's grown in farms and everything else. Tilapia. That's
Tilapia.
it. Sorry, guys. I'm kind of like my brain's still in the jet. But anyway, they're selling this stuff. This stuff's really bad for you. But yet they're selling it, and they're getting away with it. And I can't allow that to happen. Really
Absolutely
can't.
not. You can't. Because, like, I mean, like, I'm glad you got some decency here. Because other politicians, they just don't even care about it, or just overlook that stuff. And again, we've been both on the fishing boat with our good friend Brian, and you know, just what we witnessed is plain out disgusting how much fish have to get thrown back and get, because most of it dies because it sits on the boat until it gets weighed, and then you got to throw it back. It's ridiculous, and there's so many other stuff going on too with the fishing stuff that basically what it is, it's a giant company grab because they want to monopolize the fishing industry, kill all people who own their own boats. They want to stop that. They want mega corporations just to own the whole fishing industry, and that's why they're slowly but surely putting good people like Brian out of commission.
No, we're not going to allow that. The whole thing's ridiculous. But it just doesn't stop with the fish. It stops with the other food as well. I always tell people always ask me about healthcare. Well, I say, well, what about health wellness? What about prevention? What about we start feeding people the proper things?
Yep.
That way maybe your health will be better.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's think about it this way.
So give them poison, that's why.
I'm very, very, I'm very adamant on this, extremely, that we need to do this. I mean, there's certain things that we still use in our foods in this country that is banned in many others. Think about that. How can that be? How could that be possible?
Yeah, it's amazing. Stuff that's, okay by the FDA and all that here, it's poison in most countries. But we got to go to break in about 30 seconds here, and when we get back, we're going to talk more about issues here in Rhode Island. That's also national as well. The tolls, for one, which Sal, being hopefully becoming a congressman here, could help out with that, because right now the state's committing extortion to all kinds of trucking companies. You have to pay us a toll on a federal highway at that. You have to pay us a toll. Now it's going to cause a huge rise in the industry of people, markets that have to import stuff to sell. Now they're going to have to jack the rates to pay for the damn tolls. I mean, it's just totally disgusting, and it's extortion. But we're going to be right back on the Dan Bidondi Show on 990WBOB.com. All right, Rhode Island, the state of Rhode Island is in turmoil. You got politicians running rampant right now because they know the time is near. Election season is upon them, and they are doing whatever the hell they want, when they want, and with your taxpayers' money, and they don't give a crap what you say. Regardless of thousands of people opposing it compared to their 100, they still do what they want. They don't represent their constituents, nor the voters, nor the people from their own party at that. But here in the studio again, Salvatore Caiozzo, Republican candidate for Congress. He's going to join us for one more segment here. Just recap of the major things he's done. And I wanted to highlight this for folks because he needs his credit, because we have incumbent Jim Langevin, who does nothing at all. He tries to hijack these things as if he had something to do with it, but he doesn't. So we were talking about with the fishermen stuff, Ripter, and the veterans things as well, and a couple other things that he's done in the state here.
Where do we start? There's been a lot. I mean, I'm not trying to toot my horn here, but somebody once told me you have to when you get into politics, and you know what? I really hate doing that, but...
Well, that's what it was, the tolls, when we talk about, we got the tolls pushed through.
Well, the tolls. They got the tolls pushed through, the federal highways. I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen. We're going to see if there's going to be a lawsuit put up. I'm really interested in seeing.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see this just going forward without no repercussions. And I put this out again for people listening. They put tolls up here in the state of Rhode Island at the borders, mainly for trucks that come in and out of state, tolling the trucks. And right now they're saying they're just for the trucks, but we know damn well they're for they're going to be for cars too, because that's the way these people think and that's the way they operate. But Sal, on the federal level, he could actually do something about this and fight to stop this, because this is going to destroy our economy. And we got a governor that is out of control, especially concerning gun rights now here. Tomorrow, like I said, we got a huge rally coming up tomorrow, and unfortunately you can't be there because you've got political obligations.
Yeah,
right?
I've got a lot of stuff going on, and I'm sorry I can't, because, everybody knows where my heart is, but I just... Declaration Day is coming up next week. Yeah. We got a lot of other stuff going on.
Well, all fairness, you're there all the time anyway. Every time there's a gun rally, you're there hours before, because you're talking to other politicians, and you're there all night. So no, that's not a problem at all, and we know you're there in spirit.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like I'm letting everybody down.
Well, that's all right, man.
That's how that is.
No, we know you're there, man, and you do a lot of work for the Second Amendment, and we appreciate that. and a lot of work at that. Behind the scenes, not just the State House, but you do a tremendous lot of work, even fighting in Washington to try to get some help for our Second Amendment. And yeah, right now, our governor, right now, she's hell-bent because they put the bills on the table, but any day that they can vote, she wants right now, because they passed the red flag bill. They're
not going to come up this year. No. I can tell you that much. They won't come up this year, but they will next year, so
if Gina gets
good for you guys to go and do this rally tomorrow, because
they
want to remind everybody.
They passed the red flag bill, the ban on the bump stocks. Now they're hell-bent on taking the semi-automatic weapons and high-capacity magazines, which is very bad. And so this is what this rally is about, to send a message to them that we're the majority and we're going to vote their asses out, plain and simple. And yeah, like we know you're there all the time anyway. So and it's being sponsored by the Second Amendment Coalition, and it's going to be great. And quick, your stance on, I know there's a lot of stuff going on right now about the Dreamer Act and all that. Now, what do you think about the governor issuing driver's license to illegals?
Oh boy, you had to ask me that, didn't you?
You know me with the tough questions.
Look, and I know a lot of people aren't going to like me for this, but if the Dreamer did come into this country as a child, and that's all they know, we need to accommodate them somewhat. I'm not saying we help them 100%, but I say that they need to be able to get their paperwork together and to get their permanent residency here. I don't know why some of them have not. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. I know that down in Washington things keep on going left and right, and nobody can get, pardon me, nobody can get their heads out of their asses. Not very congressional of me to say, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
It's the God's honest truth. As long as those, and I don't know if this is a fact or not, those licenses have marked on there not eligible for voting purposes, well, I guess I don't have that much of a problem.
Well, that's what we've been all concerned about, because if they could pop into a voting, go to a poll and say, look, here's my license, and that automatically shows that you're a citizen. You can't really challenge it, but yeah, they have to have some kind of marking to say, hey, some kind of insignia that they can't vote.
Well, from what I understand, it's supposed to say that. I don't know. That's something that the state's doing. As far as I'm concerned, this whole debacle federally needs to get fixed. And I would be one of the first ones to try to fix it. I mean, if they've been here all their lives and they don't know anything else, I'm sorry, but you got to do what you got to do. You got to be somewhat compassionate. You can't be totally cold-hearted.
Yeah, now this big issue going on about the debacle about the children being separated from the parents. What's your thought on that?
It was on the Journal today. You didn't see it, I guess.
No.
Well, I was the only one that was the exception to the whole group that wrote in. I am absolutely upset at this whole situation. Used to be, they used to have family detainment centers. You don't pull the kids away from their parents, especially when they're that young. And and I'm sorry, a lot of people aren't going to understand this. I've been to Central America. I've been to a lot of different places. I've seen what goes on down there. And unfortunately, I've seen what the coyotes do as well. These people are putting their lives in danger with these guys because how dangerous it is where they're from. I'm not saying they're doing the right thing by coming here. I mean, to begin with, I think that Mexico should be working on this as well. Mexico should stop this from happening coming here. Because they have to go through Mexico. But Mexico is not doing anything. So I really think that Mexico needs to be charged on this.
Absolutely. They need to be accountable for this too and help out as well. And I know you got a few minutes left here, but I wanted to divert one more thing too, because you mentioned the veterans and how important I need to highlight this. Since I've known you, when I first met you, we did a huge report on InfoWars and other media about the veterans, how you've been helping the veterans out, poison veterans and everything else. You want to explain how you've been leading the fight nationally to get
PoisonVeterans.org. It started out with one base known as Fort McClellan in Alabama. And now it's spread out to other places. A lot of stuff's been going on in many bases that people have been exposed to, and now we're sick today. So we've been advocating for everybody, more or less, trying to help them and trying to get things through.
Well, you did a lot of work in Washington. They had the old bill, HR 411, that got a lot of steam, but, you know, what happened with that. And
yeah, well, that's what always happens. But anyway, but that's okay. We're going to fix that. We're going to get that going. Right now, there's the bill is 3666.
HR 3666.
Yeah.
And your website is rhodefirst.com, right?
Well, that's my campaign website.
Yeah.
It's rhodefirst.com, and then there's poisonveterans.org as well. Yeah.
And yeah, thank you for coming on, and you know, we look forward to the season, this campaign season. And right now, you've been officially endorsed by Ron Paul's Liberty Caucus, the National Liberty Caucus.
By the Republican Liberty Caucus, yeah.
That's great, and hopefully we can gain a lot of steam to finally take out Jim Landry politically, because, as you know, as a Rhode Island resident yourself, you know damn well we are under attack politically, economically, every which end. Civil rights are being violated.
Yeah, I love the fact that she says 9th place when we're actually 44th place in business,
Yeah.
and that just came out, so, yeah.
You love how she takes the credit for the jobs, but we know it's the president that put the jobs all over the country, but she likes to take credit for that. But yeah, thank you for coming on, and we're going to probably have you on during the season. Your daughter, too,
yeah,
Julie
craziness
Caiozzo,
in the family.
she's running for a state representative, in District
24
in Warwick, Rhode Island. So you got to get out and vote for these guys, and we're going to post the links, especially on the video here and everything else. And we're going to post the links for these guys, and we got to get you and your daughter on sometime. All right, take care, Sal. God bless you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Yep. All right, we are back on the second half of the Dan Bidondi Show, and question is here: when does a politician stop becoming a politician? You know, because these people are supposed to be lawmakers. When do these lawmakers stop becoming criminals? And that's a big question you want to pose in the state of Rhode Island. And I'm not just attacking the governor here. I'm attacking a useless lieutenant governor, useless attorney general who doesn't do his job right. Half the state reps, most of the state senate. I mean, we are in a debacle here. And most of these people just run unopposed. It makes me sick to my damn stomach. Yeah, that guy, idiot from Cranston here, Josh Miller, the state senator, who told me to go F myself. Right on, and the video went viral. We had people from all over the damn country calling him. They called his restaurants and everything else. And what happened? Oh, election season comes. Of course, he's there. Nobody ran against him. He won unopposed twice. It's been 2 elections since then. Ran unopposed. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. These people blatantly do not give a crap about what you think, what you have to say. And for example, let's use this for example. The gun issues come up here in Rhode Island. You have Mothers Demand Action flood the State House, right? About 120, roughly once in a while 150. Guarantee. You know, I don't lie about the numbers. I get it all on video. Now you have WPRI Channel 12 that comes along that says, oh, they are the majority, or they have just as much support as the gun rights supporter, which is not even close. So compared to that 150, we had over 4,000, that's right, 4,000 people that stormed the State House, testified till 2:30 in the freaking morning. 2:30 in the morning, all day and night testifying to say, no, we don't want no gun more, we don't need more gun laws. David Cicilline, a congressman in Rhode Island here, in District 1, he's a gun-grabbing liberal. He says, oh, well, we need these gun laws. He puts a poll on his own Facebook. His own people said no by 78%. Providence Journal, which is liberal biased media that is anti-gun, they put that poll out. 80-something% of Rhode Island says, no, we don't want no more gun laws. You know what I mean? So their own polls are backfired. Clearly, by far, by the majority, Rhode Island said no. Because our state police actually do their job and do it very well. We haven't, you know, knock on wood, we haven't had a school shooting. We have a very strict system here with guns. Sure, it's kind of gun-friendly right now, but we have a strict system with the guns. Okay, or people who have CCWs, concealed carry-on permits, you have to pull teeth to get to them. I mean, I had to appeal the process twice because it got denied. I eventually got it, but it was like pulling teeth. And people, when you get your concealed weapons permit, it's you literally go through stringent background checks and training in the whole 9 yards. And they want the governor here, her next step, because again, she's pushed the red flag policy that gives the state dictatorial power to say, all right, we think Dan Bidondi, I think he's insane. So let's go take his guns. So they're going to get a court order, and they'll come get your guns, but you can defend yourself, and you have to battle out in court. In the meanwhile, they take your guns. So you have to battle out in court. Then the language keeps changing during the course when the bills were being presented. We don't know what the damn language is now, but it was bad. It's a lot better now, but it's still bad. But anyway, she pushes that through and signs it into law. Then the ban on the bump stocks. And I already said, I would never use a bump stock. I don't care to use one, never wanted to own one. It's useless. I like semi-automatic better, but it's still an infringement on the Second Amendment, regardless. So she's openly said to Governor Gino Raimondo, to her, mom's demand action, which half of me don't even live in Rhode Island. We got this accomplished, but this ain't enough. We need the semi-automatic, which she classifies as military-style weapons. In her classification, that's every damn semi-automatic there is. And the high-capacity magazines, we need to ban them too. So she's hell-bent. The bill's already been introduced. They've been put on the table. Now, House Speaker Nicholas Mattiello said, basically, he put them on the table because he's afraid. He knows damn well if they even push them out right now this year for voting, and especially if it went through, you know what I mean? They would be voted out in a second. They know that. But the governor doesn't care. They want to push these bills through before recess comes because they know that time is limited. They know Rhode Islanders are finally pissed off. They're awake now. More people now are going to come out and vote because the last several elections we had less and less people coming out to vote because they were just sick and tired of the corruption. Because they know that people, the people that are supposed to be our representatives don't represent us. So people are now awake. We had 4,000 plus people that stormed that State House to say, no, we're not going to comply with these damn gun laws. And you're not taking our firearms. Plain and simple. But, again, they do what the hell they want. I mean, I can name a list of things. Like the tolls, for example, we were talking about earlier. Nobody wanted the tolls. The Democrats didn't even want it. Okay? It took Nicholas Mattiello, the House Speaker there, and this is from valuable sources that inside the State House, I'm not going to mention no names. This is the only reason why, usually I don't go off of hearsay. I go by facts and everything else. But the people that tell me this would not lie about this, okay? And I'm not mentioning names because they fear repercussions. But Nicholas Mattiello, the Speaker of the House, literally threatened the Democrats. Say, listen, you don't vote for this, you're going to go to political Antarctica. Plain and simple. In other words, he would make your life a miserable hell. So he literally had to threaten Democrats to vote for the tolls. And the people all parties said no. Every poll there was, I'm going to bring that poll up real quick here, that did not want these tolls, and where is it? I just got a bunch of paperwork here. The truck tolls here and everything. I just had the damn paper. I hate when it happens. I mean, you can put a bunch of articles and all that. But yeah, it was tons of polls that nobody wanted the damn tolls there. And it's just ridiculous, really is. And they push it through anyway because they don't care. Now they're up right now. The gantries are up and everything. They don't care. They got to do it anyway. And we all know this is going to eventually lead to motor vehicles as well, cars and all that. And they don't care. They do not care because it just lines their pockets. Right now they're playing saving face because election season's coming. But if these people get back in, folks, especially the governor, next year, like Sal said, they're probably not going to introduce, put this bill up to vote to ban the semi-automatics or the high-capacity magazines because they know better. But she gets back in, first thing on her order, she's going to ban your semi-automatics. She's going to ban your high-capacity magazines. That's what she's going to do. And regardless of thousands of us showing up to the State House, scared the living daylights out of them. I mean, it sent the fear of God into them. They literally had the fire inspector come in. I talked to the fire marshal. I talked to him myself, and he said he's never ever seen this many people inside the State House. Now, granted, years before we had 5,000-6,000 people outside the State House at rallies, if not more, but never inside the rotunda have we had that many people. We set an indoor record, if you want to put it that way. I talked to state reps who have been there for a long time. They said they've never seen anything like this. So it put the fear of God into these people, especially the countless number of people for hours on end that testified for gun rights. So Governor Raimondo likes to throw a little temper tantrum. Oh, it's for kids' safety. And how dare they? You know, this is what disgusts me the most. They drag these poor kids out. 11 o'clock at night, 10 or 11 o'clock at night on a school night, dressed in these damn disgusting T-shirts for gun control, have them testify, exploiting these poor kids, scaring the hell out of them that guns are bad. You know what I mean? How the thing is, these people don't know any low. They'll go to any low, sink to any low to get their damn agenda across. And we got a state rep, Teresa, I think it's Paver Weed or something like that. I don't know, I forgot her name, but she's a huge advocate for gun control, and she's a witch. Okay, the gloves are off. I'm not politically correct, and she's a huge witch. Okay, and there's rumors of her becoming the next Speaker of the House, which is very dangerous. And Governor Raimondo, she needs to go too, plain and simple. And I'm going to talk about some stuff that she's done here, and it's freaking ridiculous. And it's all to do is this is a mix of gun rights, tolls, huge $1 million deals that the public doesn't want, can't afford, but they're going to put it through anyway. I mean, we're going to go back and forth to all this stuff too, just to show you a point that our representatives here in Rhode Island do not represent us at all. Just corporate slime balls. I see some of these damn scumbag communists, literally communists, who pose as these damn corporate scumbags in the State House, lobbyists. Okay, literally these lobbyists. You can see evil in these people's eyes, sitting there just laughing that they're pushing these damn laws because they're making money. These people making money, and they're destroying this country from within. So you got Governor Raimondo. She says illegals now can have driver's license. It's their right to have one. It's their right to have a driver's license. Their right to vote. No, it's not their right to vote anything. And I'm not anti-immigration at all. My grandparents came here from Italy, my father's side. My mother's side was all American Indians. But my father's side, my grandparents immigrated here from Italy, okay? Rome and Naples. Went through hell to go through the proper channels to become legal citizens. Worked their asses off, okay? So what Governor Raimondo is doing, okay, to give illegals driver's license, she's smacking the face to every one of those good people out there, Colombians, Mexicans, Puerto Rico, whatever. Puerto Rico is part of us now, whatever. But all these people that migrated from other countries and came here legally, worked their butts off to become citizens, God bless you. That's a smack in the face to every one of you that did this, and your parents. To say, oh, you don't have to go through the process. Just come over here, we'll give you licenses, then we're going to let you vote. No, you do not have a right to vote in any other country you don't live in. It's like me going to Russia saying, you know what? I have a right to drive on your streets. I have a right to vote for your president. And you have to accommodate me with welfare. You have to accommodate me with food stamps, a house to live in, and Obama phones. Well, they'll call them Putin phones over there. But I don't have that right. If I moved to Russia or Colombia or wherever, I would respect that country. I would learn their language, how to read and write it, and respect their flag, their national anthem, respect their president, and I would learn their customs and respect it, and go through the proper channels to become a citizen. I would not make them bend for me, I would bend for them. You know what I mean? Same thing applies anywhere else, and anywhere else in this country, the world, I'm sorry. The immigration policies are stringent, okay? You try to do any of this stuff over here, like go to North Korea, try this stuff here, there, I mean, they'll shoot you dead on the street, or throw you in jail, or just throw you the hell out of the country. They don't care. And they don't provide you with welfare, food stamps, and everything else. Or Obama phones, like they do here. But our governor says, oh, don't worry, here's some driver's license. And she's like so scared because we're pushing the voter ID law, so it prevents illegals from voting. Well, she hates that because the thing is, she knows if she could con illegals to come in, but bring them in by the thousands, that she has guaranteed votes, and her and the progressive scumbags. So, you know, that's why they're doing this stuff for, and trying to destroy the state by design. And you know, the thing is, again, I'm not against immigration. You want to come here as a citizen, I would be the first one to open my arms and give you a hug to say, welcome to America. You know what I mean? And I'm not against people immigrate into the country, but don't come here illegally. And here's the other thing, too. You know, with the whole thing going on with children being separated from their parents down in the borders right now. Don't blame Trump for that. They've been doing that since George Bush. The Obama, I just seen to watch the video when he was a senator. Obama was saying the same stuff back then, that they shouldn't be here and all that stuff. But everybody wants to reverse it on Trump now, so he's the bad guy. No, Trump doesn't want families separated from their kids. But the thing is, don't come here illegally, commit crimes, have kids, and think just because you had kids, it's going to give you some leeway to stay here. No. You should have been here in the first place. It's harsh. Yes, absolutely. It's harsh. And yeah, we should provide good safety for the children. But if they want to stay with the parents, they need to leave too. It's harsh, and I feel bad for the kids, but you know what? You know, we can't keep doing this because you can't open the floodgates, because open borders is a New World Order agenda. It's a globalist agenda to destroy countries, national sovereignty and all that. And again, if they want to become citizens legally, God bless them. I mean, I would even help if I could. But don't come into this country and say, oh, I'm going to commit crimes. You know, we've got MS-13 and all that coming in the country by the thousands, raping and killing people, do whatever the hell they want. The only thing that happens to them, they just get deported. 2 days later, they jump over the border, they're back in here again. No repercussions, you know what I mean? So things need to get done, and I really think we need a wall, to tell you the truth. So it's not bigotry, because every country in the damn world has strict immigration policies. You try going over the border of Russia legally, or North Korea, or China, see where your ass ends up. You won't get deported, you'll be shot, plain and simple. So don't say, oh, the United States has bad, immoral agendas there. No, we don't. Okay, we're very lenient compared to the entire world. Go to the Mexican southern border, okay? They got walls up there. So, you know, the thing is, Mexico needs to be held accountable as well. The government needs to be held accountable for stopping this stuff, too, and helping these people, instead of just saying, oh, let them go to the United States. You know what I mean? So we're going to go to break. When we come back, we're going to talk more about this. And, again, the Second Amendment rally tomorrow at 3 p.m. at the Rhode State House. And it's going to be good. We're going to send a message to say, you are not taking our guns. We are not your slaves. Shall not be infringed. We'll be right back. All right. Some questions here. You know what I mean? It's unreal. You have this general treasurer of the state of Rhode Island 4 years ago. Lost hundreds of millions of dollars in the pension funds to Wall Street. No accountability at all. Hundreds of millions. Not hundreds of thousands. Hundreds of millions of dollars. $100 you lose for your company, you'll be out on your ass. Anywhere you go, you lose your company $100, you'll probably be out on your ass. Hundreds of millions of dollars lost to Wall Street. No accountability, no, you know, whatever, who cares, it's not my money. It's your taxpayers' money. Anyway, she goes on to run for governor. And all of a sudden, you know, everybody thought she has no shot in hell, whatever. She's a crook. All of a sudden, she has two first ladies. Well, one's a questionable first lady, Michael Obama. But anyway, Michelle Obama comes down to support her. Hillary Clinton comes down to support her. Then she gets Barack Obama and Bill Clinton to come down to support her. So now she's got 4 presidential, presidents and the first wives, first ladies, whatever, coming down to support her. She's getting backed by big globalists. Millions of dollars by Bloomberg, millions of dollars by George Soros, and all these people. I'm like, hold up, what the hell? So, for the hunch, okay, I took it upon myself, went to the Council on Foreign Relations website, which is a communist organization started by David Rockefeller and Zbigniew Zabinski. Okay, way back then, they started this communist organization that goes around with the Trilateral Commission. So, it's legitimately a communist globalist organization. And if you're a member of it, you're violating the Logan Act if you're a politician. So anyway, come to find out, there's her name. She's an honored member of the Council on Foreign Relations. Now, if you look it up now, they took her name off the website. I don't know, for political reasons or whatever. She ain't a member no more. But she was a long-time member. So, there you go. That explains exactly why she's getting this big push and a lot of money. So anyway, come to find out, she's huge friends with Hillary Clinton. I mean, real good friends, close friends with her and Bill Clinton. Very close friends. And so, like, oh man, here we go. So, election season starts. We have Alan Fung, good mayor here in Providence, Cranston, I'm sorry, running for governor. The chance of him winning was strong. All of a sudden, they threw in a guy from the Moose Party, the Moose they call him, right at the last minute. I don't know how the hell they did that, but anyway, took some votes away from him, and all of a sudden there's finagling going on with the elections. But here we go, voting fraud. And all of a sudden, Gino Raimondo wins by a very short term. But anyway, I'm going to get back to that. We do got a caller, and I think this is Carlos. Hello? This is Dan Bidondi. You're on the Dan Bidondi Show. Hello? Yeah, what the hell? Probably some Gina. I love Gina Raimondo. Oh, she took our guns. Oh, Gina Raimondo's going to do so much for us, and she's going to make us live in a high-depth slave state. It's probably a Gina Raimondo, some libtard calling, but anyway, we're not taking calls, no more phone calls for the rest of the night, whatever. Usually I just leave the line open, and I have so much to say, so I never take calls, but anyway, so his governor gets all the support to become governor, and she emphatically destroys the state. Right in her inauguration address, she said, you might have to sacrifice some liberties for safety. Openly stated this to the whole state of Rhode Island. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And sure enough, she started rolling out her diabolical plans all over the state of Rhode Island. Attacking gun rights, pulling in Syrian refugees that we had a huge rally for. And we're not against people like that, but most of a lot of ISIS were infiltrating as Syrian refugees into the country. She didn't care. Oh, they were busting them in, her and the ex-governor, Chafee. They were busting these people in the middle of the night without people knowing about it. Your tax dollars put them in luxury apartments. Now she's giving them driver's licenses. You know, it's so ridiculous. Then they push this road map Rhode Island, which is Agenda 21. Chafee, then her continued it. And just emphatically destroying the state, plain and simple. Then they said, we're going to put a Pawtucket Red Sox stadium, which was already in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. What we're going to do here is the owners, the multi-billionaires, okay, now get this, right, Go Local Prov, okay, they stated that all polls showed, and the average, only 13% of Rhode Island supports the stadium. That's it, 13%. Nobody wants, of course we want the stadium, yeah, absolutely. It's been an icon here in Rhode Island forever. We would love to keep them in here. But the thing is, you have multi-billionaires who want your tax dollars to pay for half the stadium. You know what I mean? Millions of dollars that you earned, and if the thing is, if the deal flops, okay, you pay for it. How many stadiums across the country has tax people paid for that never got paid back yet? Jerry Jones in Dallas still hasn't paid his deal back with the $1 billion stadium. Look, I got a $1 billion stadium. Well, Dallas built that for you. You know what I mean? How many stadiums across the country has this happened to? You know what I mean? So, and the thing is, we put millions of dollars into these people's pockets. They should say, all right, we're going to give back. We're going to build you a nice stadium, and we're going to continue the tradition here in Rhode Island. And it's a farm team, the Pawtucket Red Sox, farm team for the Boston Red Sox. And, but anyway, the governor and the House Speaker, they don't care what you say. Even though opposition says no, they say yes. Because it's not their money. She already lost hundreds of millions of dollars. She don't care. House Speaker, he doesn't care. He just kisses ass to the governor every time. And now useless Lieutenant Governor Daniel McKee, he's just some big dork that just sits up in the office all day and just does all the bidding for the governor instead of holding her accountable for stuff. That's what really a lieutenant governor is supposed to do. Yeah, you help out the governor, absolutely. You help out the governor, you help run the state, do what you could do. But if the governor is violating the Constitution, violating federal laws, you are supposed to make her held accountable for that. You know what I mean? Like, her putting these tolls up on the highways, the federal highways, you're violating federal laws. Her giving driver's license to illegals, providing sanctuary cities and states with that idiot mayor in Providence, Jorge Larza, saying, oh, we don't care what the government says, you can come here and we're going to keep you safe. Violating constitutional laws, violating federal laws. They are criminals, and they need to be held accountable. You know, say, well, we're not going to allow ICE to come in. Well, you got to stop ICE? You know, really? You know what I mean? You people should be arrested. Jorge Larza should be thrown in jail. Governor Raimondo should be thrown in jail for millions of reasons. You know, it's disgusting what they do to the homeless people here in Rhode Island. Disgusting. You know what I mean? They bully them and everything else. I'm going to get to a whole show about that soon. But these people don't care about their own people. They'll rather come in bringing all the illegals in because they're guaranteed votes. They don't care about the illegals, though. That's the thing. They just want the votes. So they violate federal laws, violating the Constitution. And guess what? You're paying for every single bit of it. Especially when the government says, you know what? You want to violate laws? We're going to cut your federal funding. Guess who's paying for that? You. because your elected representatives ain't doing their job. They're not representing you. So therefore, these so-called lawmakers are now the criminals. And I'm just going to ask you to leave it here at this. What are you, Rhode Islanders? Rhode Islanders, what are you going to do about it? You just going to sit back like you usually do and just let these people continue to trounce on you, destroy the state? Or are you going to finally rise the hell up and start taking action? Most rural voters here, Rhode Island independent, a good chunk Republican, good chunk Democrat, and a big chunk now coming as the Libertarian Party. And it doesn't matter what party you are, you support the Constitution or support you. I don't care if you're a Democrat. So what are you going to do about these people? Are you just going to sit by and continue to show up less and less at the voting booths? Or are we going to storm this damn voting booths come November and take our damn state back? We need a clean sweep in the Senate by far. Every one of them need to go in the state Senate. Most of the state reps need to go. And if you don't know anybody that's running against them, you run against them. Resistance is victory. And we got three great choices for our governor. You got Patricia Morgan, Rhode Island State Rep. She's the first minority leader of the House. You got Mayor Alan Fung, the mayor of Cranston here. He's a great choice. He got screwed out of the last election. And you got Joseph Trillo, which I had on a couple weeks ago, right on the show here. You got three choices of good people. Yeah, pick your choice. But I mean, we can't allow people like Gina Raimondo to be governor again. Because the thing is, she was counting on Hillary Clinton to win because she didn't care about Rhode Island. She was counting on Hillary Clinton to win because she was going to be in her administration. She had her bags packed to go to Washington, and guess what? God threw the monkey wrench in the works, and Hillary didn't get in. So now she's pissing and aching, and her and that other witch up in Massachusetts, Elizabeth Warren, trying to get the most brownie points to be the next Hillary Clinton 2.0. But anyway, we're going to come back on the next show about more about this stuff and other national stuff. But thank you for listening. This is Dan Bidondi for 990WBOB.com. And hit my website up at TruthRadioShow.com, at Twitter at Dan Bidondi. Remember, you are the resistance. God bless. Declaring war on the New World Order. TruthRadioShow.com.